Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel, From Page to Playlist. My name is Tyler. I'm a writer, and I also write lyrics as a side project, which is why you've probably seen a lot of music uploaded to this channel lately. But on September 25th of 2026, I am publishing my first youth adult fantasy novel, Caleb Humphries, the Dawnbringer's Heir. So going forward, I want to use this channel to talk about my book, how I created it, and what I've learned along the way as a first-time author. And hopefully, I can pass along some things that might help you if you've ever thought about writing a book yourself. And every now and then, if I come up with another song just for fun, you're probably going to see some of that sprinkled in here too. Anyways, I figured the best place to start to discussing my book is, well, at the beginning. Why did I decide to write a book in the first place? And honestly, my talent for drawing had severely diminished over the years after giving it up to focus on family and my career. So illustrating this world was probably never going to happen. But writing a book seemed like the best medium I had left to tell my story. But when I was younger, I read The Indian in the Cupboard. If you've never read it, it's about this magical cupboard that brings little toy figures to life. It's really a simple idea, but it completely captured my imagination. After reading it, I started thinking, what if I took that same sense of wonder and applied it to something I already loved? For me, that was chess. Now, I assure you, I'm not some chess master. In fact, I'm probably more famous for making bad moves than good ones. But every time I played, I found myself imagining that I wasn't just moving chess pieces across a board. I was a general sending real soldiers in the battle. Every pawn I sacrificed, every knight I lost, every risky move I made, it made me wonder, what if this wasn't just a game? What if there was an actual kingdom inside the chessboard? Well, that question stuck with me. At first, I didn't have a plot. I didn't know who the villain was. I didn't know how someone from our world would even get into this kingdom. I didn't know how I was going to connect this fantasy world to the game of chess without simply falling back on the trope of making the chess pieces themselves come alive. I just knew there was a magical world inside that board and I wanted to explore it. Eventually, a character came to mind. His name was Caleb. I honestly don't remember why that name Caleb came to me, but once it did, I knew he became the person I wanted readers to experience this world through. From there, the story slowly started growing. Not all at once, just little pieces here, little pieces there. I think about what this kingdom would look like. Who lived there? What kind of people would represent different chess pieces? How would this world even work? And every time I came up with another idea, the world became a little bit bigger. The funny thing is, even during the years when I wasn't writing, I was still building the story inside my head. I'd be driving to work, lying in bed, or doing something completely unrelated, and another idea would pop into my head. I also found inspiration in the stories I loved growing up. I'd spend hours playing Halo on Xbox, watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And what I loved about those stories wasn't just the action. It was that they felt like real worlds. They had history, wars, friendship, sacrifice, and characters that kept evolving over time. Those stories challenged me to think bigger about my own world. Every time I experienced something like that, I'd ask myself, how can I make this world feel just as alive? So even when no words were making it onto paper, the story never stopped growing. Looking back now, I think that's when I realized this wasn't just some random idea. And I think there's something really important in that for anybody who wants to write, or really anybody who has some creative idea they've been sitting on. You don't have to have everything figured out before you start. You don't need the entire plot. You don't need every character figured out. You don't need to know your ending. Sometimes it really can start with one stupidly simple question. What if? For me, what if that chessboard were a real place? That one question eventually gave me a world. Then it gave me a hero. And over the years, everything else started filling itself around them. So, if you've ever had an idea bouncing around in your head and you kept dismissing it because you don't know what to do with it yet, maybe, just maybe, don't throw it away. Write it down, think about it, give it time, let it change. Take inspiration from the things you already love and ask yourself why you love them. Because your first idea doesn't have to be the complete story. Mine certainly wasn't. I had a world. I had a hero. I just didn't know how to tell the story yet. And that's really the beginning of the Dawnbringer's Heir. Anyways, in my next video, I'll talk about why I actually took over 10 years to finally start writing it, and what finally gave me the confidence to believe that I could. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.